Hello, and thanks for dropping in. I've been thinking a lot about last week I was talking about contentment and what's enough and why do we always feel like we need more. And that actually got me thinking about this idea that comes up a lot in discussions that I have with people about settling. And so that's another word that I find crops up a lot in our discussions. And sometimes it happens around relationships. A lot of times it happens around relationships. Am I settling for this person that I'm in a relationship with? Or I don't want to settle. But it also comes up in discussions about, jobs and lifestyle and all sorts of things. So I just want to touch on it because I think I think it's important to make some distinctions when we're looking at what is settling. And one thing is that let's look at relationships, for example. Oftentimes, when we're looking for a partner, we have this ideal in our minds. Maybe it's based on the one that got away a few years ago, or maybe it's just based on the criteria that we've decided we need to be satisfied, and might have some image in our minds about who that person is, what they do for a living, what they're like, etc. And that's all well and good, except that oftentimes what happens is that the person that shows up who might be available to us for a relationship might not fit all those criteria. And in fact, maybe they pale in comparison, let's say, to the image we have about the one that got away or the fantasy person that we have in our minds. And so we can start thinking, well, there's this person here who's showing up and is interested and is wanting to move forward, but they don't meet A, B, and C criteria. And I don't know does it mean I'm settling if I actually move forward with them? Let's say that maybe so and so has a career that they're passionate about. Maybe you have some similar interests, but maybe they're not the most attractive person, meaning according to societal standards. You know, maybe you look at them and you think, oh, I wish that I could be with someone a little hotter. But what if this person meets a lot of the other criteria? They really care about you. They're demonstrating their interest in a way that's genuine. And, can you look past that? And does that mean that you're settling if you're not with someone that is as physically attractive as you would like? Or does it mean that you're actually choosing to be in a relationship that's based on an emotional connection versus appearances? And it doesn't always have to be, that, of course, the outer appearance. It could be, oh, they don't have the greatest job, or maybe we don't have as many things in common as I thought we would. Maybe, I wish this person was interested in A, B, and C, but they're not. Maybe I wish I could go to the theater with this person, but they actually prefer to go fishing instead. And, at the end of the day, though, who is this person? What is their essence? What are they bringing to the table as people? How are they showing up to you? Are they showing you respect? Do they care about you? Do they make you feel emotionally safe? These are the questions that I would be answering. And so I do find that a lot of people sometimes get tripped up on the criteria that may be missing. Like whatever that criteria is, it may have nothing to do with income or career, but whatever it is for you, what are the deal breakers? And when can the deal breakers actually be reassessed? At the end of the day, what is it you're looking for in a relationship? What are the qualities that are most important? Because at the end of the day, something like, oh, he's the funniest guy I ever met. That's great. But if he also beats you up at the end of the date, then that's not great. or, he's so hot, I'm so attracted to him, but he's really kind of treats people with disrespect. Like he's one of those people who treats the wait staff. He's completely rude. So when you're looking at people, what, character matters, right? And the heart of the person matters. And some of those other criteria might turn out to be less important if you actually get your needs met in the relationship, your needs for love, connection, respect, acceptance. So that's just something I would, wanted to talk about, because I feel like a lot of people kind of get tripped up, get confused when it comes to, am I settling? Am I settling? Am I not? Are these valid questions? And of course, all questions are valid. When you're evaluating someone that you may or may not want to spend many years with, you want to make sure that you've answered the questions for yourself. And so the question of what are the real deal breakers and am I settling? Those are very valid questions. And I think it's just most important to think about what are truly the priorities for myself in this relationship. How do I want to feel? And what do I want our relationship to look like? So some of those other things on the list might become less important. And of course, it's going to apply to jobs as well. And the fact of the matter is there's no such thing as perfect or ideal. We always have the fantasies in our heads about, what the perfect job's going to be like or what the perfect relationship's going to be like. And it's never that way. It's always completely different. So again, it's like, is this a good fit? Are we compatible? Those are the questions. How do I feel when I'm at this job? How do I feel when I'm with this person? So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me again. And I will look forward to seeing you next week.